Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of chemistry to talk about something truly amazing: catalysts. Think of them as the ultimate life coaches for chemical reactions, pushing them to go faster and be more efficient, all without changing themselves. And the most incredible catalysts. They're not found in a lab, but right inside living creatures, including us. These biological catalysts are called enzymes. So, what exactly is an enzyme? Imagine you're trying to build a huge Lego castle. Doing it alone could take days, right? Now, imagine a friend comes along who knows the instructions by heart and hands you the exact pieces you need, right when you need them. You'd finish in a fraction of the time. That's what enzymes do. They are proteins that grab onto specific molecules, called substrates, and help them transform into new molecules, or products, at lightning speed. Let's look at a classic example: digestion. When you eat a big, juicy steak, it's packed with protein. But your body can't absorb those huge protein molecules directly. It needs to break them down into smaller pieces called amino acids. This is where an enzyme called pepsin comes in. Pepsin, found in your stomach, is a protein chopping specialist. It latches onto protein chains and snips them into smaller, manageable bits. Without pepsin, digesting that steak would take so long you wouldn't get the nutrients you need. And it's not just about breaking things down. Enzymes are also master builders. Think about how a tiny seed grows into a giant tree, or how our bodies build muscle and repair tissues. All of this construction is managed by armies of different enzymes, each with a specific job, fitting molecules together like a perfectly organized construction crew. Every single second, trillions of these reactions are happening in your body, all thanks to enzymes. Now, let's venture outside the human body and look at some other amazing animal catalysts. Have you ever seen a firefly light up the night? That beautiful glow is a chemical reaction called bioluminescence. It happens because of an enzyme called luciferase. Luciferase takes a molecule called luciferin, and with the help of some oxygen, makes it release energy in the form of light. It's an incredibly efficient process, creating light with very little heat. It's nature's own cold light LED. Another wild example comes from the bombardier beetle. When this little insect feels threatened, it sprays a boiling hot, nasty chemical concoction from its rear end. How does it do this without, exploding? It has two separate compartments in its abdomen. One holds a mix of chemicals, and the other holds a cocktail of enzymes, including catalase and peroxidase. When it's time to attack, the beetle mixes the two. The enzymes act as hyperaccelerators, causing an explosive reaction that heats the liquid to boiling point and shoots it out at its enemy. It's a brilliant and intimidating defense mechanism, all powered by catalysts. Even in our own homes, we use animal-derived enzymes. Many laundry detergents contain enzymes like proteases and lipases. Proteases, similar to the pepsin in our stomachs, are great at breaking down protein-based stains like grass, blood, or egg. Lipases, on the other hand, are fat busters. They tackle greasy, oily stains. These enzymes were originally sourced from animals, like pigs or cows, and they allow us to wash our clothes in colder water, saving energy while still getting rid of tough stains. But how do these enzymes know what to do? It all comes down to shape. Each enzyme has a unique, three-dimensional structure with a special spot called the active site. This site is perfectly shaped to fit its specific substrate, like a key fitting into a lock. When the substrate locks in, the enzyme slightly changes its shape to hold it even tighter, putting stress on its chemical bonds and making it easier for the reaction to happen. Once the reaction is done and the products are released, the enzyme pops back to its original shape, ready for the next customer. It's a cycle that can happen thousands, even millions, of times per second. This specificity is crucial. You wouldn't want the enzyme that breaks down fats to start messing with your DNA, right? The lock-on key model ensures that each enzyme sticks to its one job, maintaining order and control within the chaos of a living cell. This is the secret to life's efficiency. So, from digesting your lunch to a firefly's glow, and even cleaning your clothes, catalysts, especially the enzymes found in the animal kingdom, are the unsung heroes working behind the scenes. They are the microscopic engines that power life, accelerating the chemical reactions that make everything possible. They prove that sometimes, the smallest things can make the biggest difference, speeding up the very processes that define our existence. Thank you so much for joining me on this chemical journey today. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the science that shapes our world. Let me know in the comments what other amazing natural phenomena you'd like to explore next. See you in the next video. Hello science enthusiasts, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of catalysts. The unsung heroes that speed up chemical reactions without getting used up themselves. Think of them as the ultimate matchmakers of the chemical world, bringing molecules together and helping them react. But then just stepping back to watch the magic happen. And guess what? Nature, especially the animal kingdom, is packed with some of the most incredible catalysts you can imagine. So, what exactly is a catalyst? In simple terms, it's a substance that increases the rate of a chemical reaction by lowering the energy barrier needed to get it started. Imagine you have to push a huge boulder over a tall mountain. It would take a ton of energy, right? Now, what if a catalyst came along and built a tunnel through that mountain? Suddenly, getting the boulder to the other side is a whole lot easier. That's what catalysts do for chemical reactions. In the biological world, these amazing catalysts are called enzymes. And every living thing, from the tiniest microbe to the largest whale, relies on them to survive. They are the tiny engines that power life itself. Let's start with something you're very familiar with: your own digestion. Have you ever wondered how your body breaks down a big juicy steak into useful nutrients? You can thank enzymes for that. When you eat protein, an enzyme in your stomach called pepsin gets to work. Pepsin is a type of protease, an enzyme that specializes in breaking down proteins. It chops up the long, complex protein chains into smaller pieces called peptides. But the job isn't done yet. As these peptides move into your small intestine, other proteases like trypsin and chymotrypsin take over, breaking them down even further into individual amino acids that your body can absorb and use to build its own proteins. Without these catalytic enzymes, digesting that steak would take days, maybe even weeks. Your body would starve before it could get any nutrients. It's not just us humans. This process is universal in the animal kingdom. A lion feasting on a gazelle, a spider liquefying its prey, or a fish digesting smaller fish, all of them are using powerful protease enzymes to break down their meals. Each animal has a specialized set of enzymes perfectly tuned to its diet. Now, let's move from our stomachs to something a bit more slithery: snake. Venom is a terrifyingly effective cocktail of molecules, and many of its most potent components are, you guessed it, enzymes. For instance, many vipers have venom-containing enzymes called metalloproteinases. These enzymes act as catalysts that rapidly break down the proteins in tissues and blood vessel walls. This causes massive internal bleeding and tissue damage, helping the snake to quickly incapacitate its prey. Another enzyme found in some venoms is hyaluronidase, nicknamed the spreading factor. This enzyme breaks down a component of the extracellular matrix, the glue that holds cells together. By doing this, it allows the other toxins in the venom to spread through the victim's body much faster. It's a brutal but incredibly efficient use of catalytic power. Enzymes deserve some love, right? They're not just about breaking things down, they're also incredible creators and defenders. Check out the bombardier beetle. This tiny insect has one of the coolest defense tricks in nature. When it's in danger, it sprays a boiling toxic liquid from its abdomen. How it has two special glands, one filled with hydrogen peroxide and hydroquinones, and the other packed with enzymes like catalysis and peroxidases. When threatened, it mixes these together, and boom, a wild reaction happens, breaking down the hydrogen peroxide and releasing tons of oxygen gas. This reaction heats up so fast, it boils and pops out with a bang. Talk about a natural explosion. Let's go underwater and talk about light. Have you ever seen the magical glow of fireflies on a summer night, or the eerie light from creatures deep in the ocean? This phenomenon is called bioluminescence, and it's another stunning example of enzyme catalysis. The key player here is an enzyme called luciferase. It acts on a light-emitting molecule called luciferin. In the presence of oxygen and some cellular fuel, luciferase catalyzes a reaction that excites the luciferin molecule, and when it returns to its normal state, it releases that energy as a photon of light. No heat, just pure, cold light. Animals use this for all sorts of things: attracting mates, luring prey, or scaring off predators. From the deep-sea anglerfish with its glowing lure to the tiny dinoflagellates that make the ocean sparkle, luciferase is the catalyst that lights up the dark. Even the process of blood clotting is a masterpiece of enzyme catechesis. When you get a cut, a complex cascade of enzymatic reactions is triggered. It's like a chain of dominoes. One activated,